Hey everybody, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching. So I thought I would revisit the Ferris wheel from my Fun at the Fair collection. I was recently sent the new My Pets at Home collection from Creative Craft Products, and I did the launch for them. And I had the idea of popping some of the little characters into the little baskets on the Ferris wheel because they fit perfectly. So if you've got this die set and you're looking for just some other creative ways or different, characters and things to pop in the baskets, then have a little look at what I'm going to show you in a moment because they are the perfect fit. So I've done this one here with all the dogs, and I think I'm going to give this to Monty, who's my puppy, for his first birthday. So I may end up swapping out the centre there and having a 1. But it's a working wheel, so you can see it all spins around. If I do it slowly there, you'll see that they all move and the sentiment stays in the middle. You've got your space on the back there to be able to write your message, and that will all fold down. And this one goes, I believe, into a 6x7 envelope or 7x7. I've got them all on my other channel, so I will link them in this video. There's a lot more inspiration using the Fun at the Fair as well. So if you are new to buying it and you haven't seen all of those different cards, check out my Facebook page, Mixed Up Craft, and you'll see in the albums Fun at the Fair, and they're all there. So you can bookmark them and save them and things. But let's get started. It's really quick and easy to make. Like I said, that one was focusing on the little puppies, and this one is the cats and the kittens. So I'm going to be using the colours in the papers for this one. So these are the 2 ephemera packs. So there's the dogs. There are loads in here. I'm not going to get them out now, but I did share them during the launch, and there are so many. You get 2 of each of the dogs, and there are so many different dogs. That's not even all of them on there. There's a few others in here still, but I love all the little bits you get as well. The ball, the bone, you get the paw prints there, little chew toys and balls and things like that. So I've just popped them all on the baskets as well. And the same with the cats, and you can see already I've started to pop them in the little baskets. I think the cats work really well as well, because you kind of, when you see a lot of images of cats, they're always in a little basket or something. So I thought they did sit quite sweet in these. And you got the little mice and the ball of yarn and the fish scale. So I'll be sticking some of them onto the baskets as well. And then you get the paper pad, which is really lovely. You get 6 designs. So you get 3 that are geared for your cats, and then 3 which have all of the dog kind of features and icons on there. I'll just give you a quick flick through because there's some lovely little details on them. So that's the hearts, the yarn, and the little rosette with the 1. Then you've got the tug rope and the ball and the paw prints. And then this is one of the sentiment sheets. But I love the trim with all the dogs' faces there, and then you've got the backs of them down here. I thought that was lovely. Your pawsome is the trim there, and then I woof you and live, love, woof. And then you've got wishing you a wonderful birthday, happy birthday to you, congratulations, and to my best friend. And then you've got this one here with all the bones and the ball. And then and then there's that one. I have been using this pack, so it's not in order. That's the one I'm going to be using today, which I've already cut. And then there's the cats. So again, same kind of layout. You've got the tops of them there. You've got the paws, like they're putting their hands up. And then the backs of them. And then you've got friends forever. Have a perfect day. And then wishing you a wonderful birthday. Happy birthday to you. Congratulations and thinking of you. And the trim says, thanks very much. And then it just all repeats again. So a really lovely little set. I did say during the launch, I think if you're someone that makes cards for charity, maybe you've got a local dogs and cats home, animal shelters, these kind of cards I think will be perfect and really well received. So I've gone ahead and cut everything. I do have, like I said, tutorials showing how to make the Ferris wheels, and I will link all of those up here as well. But you want to cut yourself 2. Well, what I've done is I've cut 2 in the blue and I've stuck them together already, so that's nice and strong. I've then cut another one in white, which will sandwich the brads together so that you can see when this one spins, none of the brads are catching the back here. So it's nice and smooth. So that is optional, but I think you will decide to use it, and you can always add it later on as well because you can take everything off again. And then for the base, you want to cut 2 of the largest one here with the hole in, which I've done. And then I've cut this one in the pattern paper. And then I stuck it onto the pink, and then I just cut a slightly bigger border. Because this paper's got a white background, it kind of got lost against the white card. So I've just added that pink. So I did have to just repunch my hole there, because otherwise the matte layer you'll see comes under the hole. But by adding the pink, I did have to just add an extra one, but it's easy to do. This is to hold the stand together. So I've just cut that. And this is 300 GSM cardstock that I'm using. And then I've cut myself all of the baskets in pink. And then I've cut them again in white, because what I'm going to do in a minute is show you, you want to stick your animal, person, whatever it is you're using first behind the basket, and then I've stuck a white one behind just to sandwich it, so again it looks nice and neat from the back and it won't catch when it spins around. So you can see on this one here, I've left this one to show you, so I've just popped a little bit of glue along the bottom of the cat there and stuck it behind, and then I'm just going to add my glue all over this piece and then just stick this one on the back. Just line that up, and it will also create a weight as well. So again, this hangs, you can see they all hang. See how nicely they kind of shake and move. That's what you want. So you want to get all of those ready, and then the sentiment, I just found a circle die that cut this from the pack perfectly, and then I've used the scallop one there. This circle was kind of cutting on the paws and it just didn't look so good, so I just found one from my stash, but you do have them there. These here are like little washers. You just cut a couple of them, stick them together, and then pop them behind the brads. But to be honest, I've never really used them. I put them in there just in case people were using like a textured cardstock and things like that. It would just give you a bit more of a smoother movement, but again, it's optional. I've never really been using them, to be honest. So what I'm going to do first of all is attach all of these here. So you want to use the smaller 5mm brads. So I've got mine all in here, and you don't tend to see them too much because most of my cats are higher than the hole, but if you can see them, then get something that's going to complement the colours that you're using. So I think I'm probably going to end up going for these blues here. I think they're going to, yeah, I think they're going to match okay. So you want to pop your brad through there and then open that up slightly and then pop it through here. And then a little tip is just grab your piercing tool, pop it one side of the brad and then open it up, and then again the other side. And what that will do is it won't have the brad flush against the card, which means you get a really nice spin and it's just going to dangle. Okay, if you push that brad really tight, that's not going to be able to move. So I'm just going to continue doing that with the rest. Okay, so they're all in place. So just check that they all swing and move nice and freely. With the base pieces here and this one, just go over the score lines. I just use my scoreboard to go over them. You just want to create this shape here. In fact, I'll stick that one down next. So I'm just going to add my glue all along the bottom. This is my front panel. So I'm just going to stick that behind and you'll see it will match up perfectly. And then add your glue all to the other side. And then stick that one down. Okay, so just leave that to dry. Just keep it open from the top there. Then with this one, I'm just using some foam pads and I'm just going to pop one between each of the brads there, just all the way around. Okay, now we can stick the other circle on top. So I focus on the middle, kind of bend it like this, get the middle lined up like so, and then all the other parts should line up, and then just let that attach itself to the foam. And it just means it'd be nice and flat because you've lifted it up so it doesn't, there's no bulk basically now from the brads there. So just stick that all down. So now that's all nice and secure. Then we can attach it to this piece here. So I'm going to take another brad, pop it through the middle and then through this one. And this time you want the brad to be a bit tighter. You're actually going to add a little bit of tape. You want this to still be able to move, just have to hold it for a minute so that you can see that spins around nicely. But what I would suggest you do now, if you want to pop your sentiment on the front and you don't want your sentiment to move around with the circle, then this is what you will do. Otherwise, you can just stick your sentiment onto, add a little bit of glue either side here, or foam, stick it down, but that will then spin around with the circle. So it's just, it's up to you really. But if you want it to stay in place, then just grab some sellotape. You could pop a little bit of hot glue on this as well if you wanted to, and just stick it over the brad. Okay, so now this will move, but you'll see my brad stays in place. You want to fold over the little flap here and just run a little bit of glue, and then fold the flap over there, fold everything down, and just let those stick over the top like so. If you fold it all flat, then they will line up. There we go. Just hold that there for a second. And then what you can do is cut this again, and you can stick it over the top if you want to cover that hole up there. And you could cut some small little circles if you wanted to, if you want to cover those holes. But now, open your base up. You'll see that spins perfectly. And then what I used is a small foam dot here, which fits perfectly over this size brad, like so. Take the backing off, and then I can place my sentiment. I'm going to have to stand this up just so I can get it in the middle, like so, and just push that down. So now your sentiment will stay, but everything else will spin around it. And then I can finish it off with some of these little extras here. And there you go. So like I said, I think if you make a few of these, or any cards with this collection, you imagine them displayed in a charity shop or at a local fair. I think they are wonderful. They're still one of my favourite collections I've ever designed. I have so much fun with these, so it's been really nice revisiting it and using something different. So as always, thank you for watching today. I will link the product that I've used in the description box below. Check out the other Fun at the Fair projects that should be popping up now. And if you've enjoyed today and you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and that way you won't miss out on any future videos. See you all again soon. Bye.